Friendship bequeaths that we intentionally agree that we are going to prioritize each other. We're going to build something among each other. Sometimes everyone needs to calm down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not everybody you marry in life.
Every time marry.
Yes. So small thing that God has sent to you, you're already saying now, like, calm down.
You should be good for wife.
Yes. It may not be your wife. Because we have that relationship craze. That sometimes God just sends people in your life and they are just supposed to be help for a season. But offer permanent here. Because you think, come on. But so I believe that God orchestrates relationship. David says that God places orphans in families. He places people in community. God orchestrates. Even with things like local church. I don't believe that local churches are things that you choose flimsy. You should pray about it.
True.
Because it becomes your spiritual community.
Yeah.
Same thing with friendships. Best that God leads you to men that you can then open yourself to. You will not open yourself to Warrior 52, which is the problem with social media nowadays. Because people don't prioritize friendships and they don't have relationships or friendships that are working in their life. Small thing on their WhatsApp status saying that if you think that me too, we agree, me too, I no go agree. And I'm like, who the hell are you talking to? Who are you fighting on your WhatsApp status? There are people that you can message up to say that person they vex me for you. And they'll be like, Alpha, kilo shele. If you don't have such people, you're in trouble. I've always believed that you can pray associations into your life. And you can pray associations out. You can. In fulfilling God's will, there are people that should be in your life. And you can pray to enter those relationships. And you can also pray relationships that need to. I mean, you may not even know the people. And you can just go to God to say that. Relationships that are hindering me from essentially walking in what you've planned for me to walk, get them off. And the people I need to meet for me to walk in what you would have me walk in, let me meet them.
This is Men's Stable Podcast.
Once again on Men's Stable Podcast, I have my brother and covenant friend, Jeremiah Badero. Jerry Jesu.
Jeremiah Jesu.
You know, we have the same name. You be a Jesu, I be a Jesu. Do you know my own Jesu?
What's your Jesu?
I bet you don't. Jesu to. What's your own Jesu?
Omo Jesu.
Omo Jesu. Ha. So Jesu to means Jesus is worthy to be looked upon. Omo Jesu means child. I've never heard Omo Jesu before. Anyway.
Yes. Wow. Simple, straight to the point. Omo Jesu.
Just Omo Jesu.
Yeah. I don't know what my father was thinking about.
Awesome. You're welcome again.
Thank you.
To Men's Stable Podcast. This is a talk, sort of. And I feel it's also a connection in a way, because I believe a lot of people that will be listening to this can relate to what we're saying, and they will be able to, it will be able to profit them in that sense, because it's a discussion that is, very, very relevant to what Men's Stable Podcast is all about, which is, brotherhood, friendship, relationship, how that although we're Christian, we're spiritual being, but then we have physical components, and people must be able to relate with each other, which brings me to what we're talking about today. We'll be talking about the topic of brotherhood, friendship, and how that we're in a time where those things are not necessarily valued anymore. Okay. So I was speaking to someone and I was asking the person about somebody also considered to be amongst our circle of friends, and the person was like, I'm not this kind of calling person and all of that. So I asked myself, I didn't ask him, I asked myself, okay, so who is the calling type of person? Am I a calling type of person? Is it not something we intentionally do? Right. So there is this conservative belief about friendship that it depends on the kind of person you are. You may not be able to keep relationship. There are some people that say, I'm very bad with relationship. I'm very bad with keeping tabs with people, and this is supposed to be a thing. So we want to have a conversation about that narrative, about that concern. Can you please speak on that subject matter, friendship?
Okay. Thank you for having me again. I mean, it's good to be here.
You're welcome, sir.
Friendship is something that I believe that is common. Well, common as per the use of the word. But I believe that friendship is an intentional relationship that two people decide to have. Intentional because, just like any other relationship, there is no relationship that thrives outside of intentionality. And friendship bequeaths that you are giving a level of your love and trust to someone. In that sense, friendship means that you are committing yourself to someone in a capacity to, number one, be available to them, be supportive of them, and to receive the same from them. So friendship is something that is not an accidental thing that happened between two people. Two people can know each other. Two people can move together. People can be colleagues. They can be fellow students, but they may not be friends, because friendship bequeaths that we intentionally agree that we are going to prioritize each other. We're going to build something among each other that is different from every regular person that we meet. And so I think that the major thing with friendship is that you bequeath your time, your space, your person, you bequeath a lot of things that you are to someone, and you are sure that you are receiving the same. Now, there are many friendship has dynamics, and one friendship might be different from the other. But then the truth is that if there is no intentionality, there's no friendship. And friendship is something that I believe is, because there is no human that does not crave companionship. I mean, away from marriage. And I mean, even it's popularly said that it is people that are friends that should get married. In that sense, because friendship is like the bedrock of trust. It's like the bedrock of companionship also. I mean, classic example, David and Jonathan in the Bible. David and Jonathan show us that, I mean, amidst varying, Jonathan is the son of the king. David is the one that has been prophesied to take over from his father. And I don't think he was eating from Jonathan. But you see how that the Bible writes to say that Jonathan loved David. It meant that he opened his heart up to David and placed David in a place that is different from every other person that he related with. Same with David. So we see how that friendship is intentional. Intentional is not flimsy in that sense. And I think that maybe the thing that people need to know first is that you don't call everybody my friend. You must learn to categorize. Some people should not be more than your colleagues. Some people should not be more than your neighbors. Not everybody should be your friend. Because friendship must be intentional. And for friendship to thrive, many times there must be shared values. It means that if I call someone my friend, there are things that you will see in them that you will see in me. We may have some little differences here and there, but as regards what I believe in life and how I coordinate life, in a sense, there must be some sense of agreement. Now, we may express differently. In some friendships, you see some people are loud, some people are not. Some people are the let's go outside. Some people are the I'm staying inside. All of those differences are like the flavors of friendship. Because whether we are different in personality or not, the major thing is that we've made an intentional decision to know that I am going to open my heart up to this person. I'm going to intentionally pursue a companionship with this person in that sense. And I mean, to what you said of somebody saying that, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that. I mean, friendship will, of course, require that you go beyond what you're comfortable doing, because David was threatened to die. And I mean, Jonathan was barred from speaking to him, but he said, let's meet on this field. If I shoot the arrows to this place, you are safe. If I, that is the, exactly, it's a level of, how do I say it? It's a level of intentionality that is built. So while I personally am not somebody that I'm akin to calls, pick my phone to call, but then it does not mean that I should not call. It does not mean that I should not find a way to reach out to the person that I say is my friend. If I say someone is my friend, the line of communication must always be open. Like Jesus said that which of you will his friend come and knock?
And we
To
not,
say that open. He said, if not for anything, for importunity, we open up. I mean, for the person to come in the midnight, it means that there is a level of trust to know that if I get to this guy's place, I'd get some level of because it means that they've opened their hearts to each other to know that I value this person away from all the other regular people in my life, and I'm intentionally building something with this person. And when I say building, because many times I think that the entire rush for a romantic relationship is maybe one of the banes of what is killing friendships. But friendship is just an intentional opening of your heart to know that I'm opening up my heart to this person. I'm giving myself intentionally to building something with this individual that is beyond what I have with people in my everyday life. That's my thought.
Thank you so much, sir. That's so spot on. I personally have issues with when people even say I'm this kind of person, and I ask, did God create a kind of person? I mean, does God stereotype people to say, this is the kind of person you are, and you can't leave this box? When we say this is the kind of person I am, is you boxing yourself literally. Everything that we have become is what we have trained ourselves to be over the years. Everybody strives for that level of development. So why is it that in friendship, most people are reserved to say, I'm just this kind of person, without, making that intentional effort to say, even though I am not akin to some of these things, for the sake of friendship, don't forget, some of these friendship are, friendship that God intentionally put in our lives. You are not just one that's, taught. I think we've had conversations about this, sometimes you go out that some relationship, are short term. They're not forever. But when God intentionally places, especially people who you can refer as in your circle, when God intentionally placed them in your circle, I believe the onus is on you to do what must be done to remain in that relationship, such that you guys will be valuable to each other. And I think this brings me to one of the things you said in the previous video. People are supposed to function within a community. And that reminds me of the kind of community like we grew up while we were growing. How that our parents were free to leave us with their neighbors, their friends, that they just trust that we'll be fine. They may even be the one to pick us from school. There's this saying in Yoruba that Igba Oju Lon Womo, and that means that it's a community that raises a child. In that sense, that proverb was true, because it was everybody looking after each other. We lived like in a village, such that every child was everybody's priority, but then the sorry thing is that we don't have that anymore. It's not just fading away, but we don't even have that premium on relationships, such that we can even leave our things with the people we call our friends. By things, I mean those things that we consider valuable. All right, so how can we navigate trust better? How can we ensure that in cycles God has put us, we are able to contribute our quota to those relationships and definitely fulfill the will of God for that circle?
Okay, that's interesting. I'd say that when it comes to the issue of trust, the truth is that trust is earned. Nobody blindly trusts. Well, some people do. Let me not say nobody, that's too general. The safe thing, or the safe way to live life, is not to blindly trust people. Is for trust to be built. Now, trust being built amongst friends. Now, you said something. The truth is, there are people that are supernatural relationships. There's supernatural relationships that we have. That they were not because we met at a place where we're writing NECO or we went to the same primary school. That's the reason we're friends. They're just people that we may have met in the primary school, but one way or the other we will discover as we grow. As we mature as you mature physically and mentally, and as you go spiritually also, there are times you just discover to know that this person is supposed to be in my life for a long time. And as such, it means that we now have a responsibility to invest in that relationship. Now, where trust happens many times is still in, how do I say it? Is in relating with each other. In the sense that many times, even with people that may be supernatural relationships, sometimes we think that because God brought us together, the onus is on God
to keep us.
It's going to be on you. You can lose supernatural relationships to negligence. Two of you can neglect the fact that this thing is not just us trying to have people in our lives.
True.
It's God that brought us together. And even if it's just somebody you met somewhere and you're building a friendship with, there is a level of intentionality that must go into it. There's a level of building that must go into it, because it is in that relating with each other that we know, or that we build trust. Many times it may not even be what the person has done, but because you've related with them so much, you have the understanding to know that, oh, I can leave this with this person, I can live with that person. And this is the reason I said that. I mean, you can have people in your circle and your relationship with them, of course, will be different from each other and dynamic. Now, there are people that you know by relating with them that when it comes to making money decisions, if you discuss with them, you finish all the money in your account. There are some other people who know how to, either by grace or by knowledge that they've gathered, know how to tell you that, oh, don't do this, don't do this, do that, do that, do that. In that sense, it would mean that if I want to maybe do a business, I know who I can speak to say that I'm thinking of investing this and this and this. By your knowledge, what do you think? And the person can properly advise. It doesn't mean that you are not, the other person is a bad person. It's just because now you've understood their strengths. And so sometimes you can trust their judgment on something over the other person. It does not mean that the other person too will not have a place where they can correctly advise correctly in that sense. It will be different one from another. But trust is built by relating with each other. And the thing I must also say, however, is the fact that many times I believe that we do not extend grace into our friendships. In the sense that when we relate with people, when in the what people call there's the forming, numbing, and storming, forming, and numbing stage, when a relationship starts, a friendship starts, many times there's that excitement. People are talking every time. If you're close, you're visiting each other every time. If you go to school, you're stopping by, people are going together, coming back. At a point, all of that becomes normalized. That excitement leaves. And it then gets to a point where you people know each other. But because you place a premium on that relationship, you continue to intentionally pursue it. Now, by that entire relating with each other, doing things together, you will not know, but one way or the other, trust builds away from what you're intentionally trying to do. A trustworthy person shows themselves as trustworthy. It's just something you discover to know that if I need to do something, I can bank on this guy for this. It's not also because many times it's just there in the very little things of saying that, oh, I want to this and that, and they show up. Because like I said, it's intentionality. There are people who, no matter what you are doing, even if there's always an excuse for them not to show up, one way or the other, you already know that when I have something important to do, I can't call on this person because they may never show up. Now, I'm not talking of now. The issue I said grace is because you might have maybe tried to do something when that person wants and it didn't show up. Grace means that you can extend to them that it may be a one-time thing. Because people will always show themselves. Because when someone does something repeatedly, then you know that this is a pattern with this person. And you know how to best relate with them. But trust is earned. Trust is David can trust Jonathan with his life because he knew that of all the people that are after my life, not this guy. This guy will put his life on the line for me. And Jonathan knew that David would do the same. So it was not something that they sat down to say that, will you die for me? If I want to die, will you die for me? All the nonsense questions that people ask nowadays. You take gunshots, or I might take gunshots for you. Why are they shooting you in the first place? And it's just something that builds, that you know that we've gone through times, we've gone through seasons together, and I know that this person will. I mean, there are friends that are fair weather. When things are going well for you, they're there. And there are friends that, even in times where you fumble, they stand with you. To say that, I mean, this thing you did is rubbish, but we're together. That kind of person already has built an edifice of trust in you because of what they've done. So trust is earned. Nobody should blindly trust another person, but by relating with them. And I'm not saying that go and be testing them. I'll be setting trap for them. But, nah, that's you. You are just psycho. Life will originally play out, and you will be able to know that I can trust this person, or I cannot trust this person. There are people that you know that they are philanderers. You know that you keep your money far from them. They are not thieves, but if money is beside them, until that money finish, they are calling in life to finish their own money and any other person's money that is ready to be finished. But that kind of person can always, you want to do something and they always show up in person. So because you must also understand the dynamics of people. Sometimes the space that people are means that you might not be able to see them all the time. But you do know that if you send a message to say that I'm not feeling too well, I feel like I'm down spiritually, they will all of a sudden be there. I mean, they don't have to see you. There are people that you just know that I can reach out to. Like I always tell someone that there are friends that you don't talk to all the time. You don't see all the time. You don't converse all the time. There are people in my life that the moment I call them, we can talk 1 hour. We can talk 2 hours to catch up. There are people that if a major thing is happening in my life, I can shoot them a text to say that, oh, I'm considering this. The fact that we don't talk all the time does not mean that they are not kept abreast. And the reason I can do that is because now I've built enough trust to know that I can, if I'm going through life or something in life is going on with me, I can talk to them freely about it to say that, oh, I'm thinking of this. Do you have any thoughts? Or I just wanted you to know. All of those things are what builds trust. All of those things are what builds trust. The fact that I'm able to open up myself to them, they are also able to open up themselves to receive. And then they also are able to open up themselves to me, and I'm open to receive from them. That entire interaction is how trust is built. Is how trust is built. But you must also show yourself trustworthy to people. Many times some people demand what they don't give. Loyalty is given. Trust, you will show that, oh, you can trust me. And it's not that you're going to be wearing I can be trusted on your shirt. You will show it in your actions. Because like I said, friendship is intentionality. It is intentionally showing up for people. Physically, in every way, showing up. It doesn't even have to be financial. It just means that you can show up when the person needs you. You can be there, you can offer yourself up to them in a way. But like I said, it takes intentional actions to build a relationship that is filled with trust. It takes very intentional actions, very intentional decisions and actions to get to a point where there's mutual trust among two people. It is not because friendship many times is a gift that is given. You give the gift of your friendship to someone, and then they must be able to take that gift, appreciate it, and reciprocate. It's the reason there's no one-sided friendship. Sometimes people pursue friendships with people that don't want to have anything to do with you. Many times you know it, but you deceive yourself. Sometimes you just know that, let it go.
Yeah, now you did run out.
Exactly. I mean, something cannot be one-sided. You can't be the only one calling. You can't be, even if they are not calling people, do they send text? They send, there are like 152 million ways people talk to people nowadays. There is, you can chat on WhatsApp. Some people, they send you Instagram reels. Some people, they Snapchat. A gazillion ways. So if you're not a call person, what kind of person are you? Are you an Instagram person? Are you a WhatsApp person? Are you a Snapchat person? Which of the ones are you? A TikTok person?
Which one are you?
Which one do you? There's no way you are not on any. Or you are just an emit and you don't talk. Okay, are you a text message person? You're not a text message person. Are you a visiting person?
Should we dream about
Exactly. Do you visit? Do you believe that, oh, I want to come and sit down with you? Some people are like that. They don't have the it's not a problem for them to leave their house and come and sit
Yeah.
down with you. Just because they may not be very good with calls, but they will show up physically and come and have a conversation. So both parties will understand each other, but it also means that both parties must show up and show up as sincerely and as honestly as they can, because it is in that sincerity that you can build trust with each other. That's my thought.
Thank you so much, sir. While you were talking, about each friend extending grace to the other person, it just flashed in my heart that could there be, lately there've been a lot of conversations on the online space about trauma or not trauma. Maybe certain people are the way they are because of trauma that they've been having and all of that. Could you say, why some people are not committing to some relationships or friendship, brotherhood is maybe caused by some trauma they have been through? Or what's your understanding on that?
Trauma is real. People can react to people in a certain way because of past experiences that they've had. It's valid. But then, trauma can also be healed from. I think that sometimes people sit in it. It may not be wrong at some point for you to maybe sit and know that this is my issue. But for you to now sit down there and keep letting us know that, it's become, you're an adult. And I don't say that to dismiss experiences that people have had, but there's so much joy to experience in life than you sitting down in your trauma. Same human beings that have dealt badly with you, the same human beings that we do. I'm not saying the same set of people, but people will still, there are people who are out there waiting to do good to you also. But if you sit in what you have and you start to relate from there, it means that you are going to cut out all the joy that you can also experience. You must be able to, via the help of the Holy Spirit, know that whatever way that I am, there are people that have trust issues, not because they don't like to trust people, but because they've been hurt in the past. People that have been jilted by the people they call friends. People that their friends have stolen their money. And so nowadays they keep everybody at an arm's length as a coping mechanism and as a means of security, because they don't want to be hurt again. So they keep everybody at arm's length. They don't let you into, which is safe when you think about it. But in the realest of sense also, it blocks you from enjoying the joys and the bliss sometimes that friendship offers. That you're not able to open up yourself to someone in a way that allows for them to also bless you in that sense, or be good to you, is also very sad. It's sad because while you are there also trying to say, I don't allow, I don't this, I don't that, you live life on the very weary way. And it affects the amount of joy you can experience. It means that you are not, when you are with people, you're already being very calculative. You're already being very, but the thing is that not everybody is out there to hurt you. While I'm not saying that just throw yourself into things, but you must know that there is nothing physical, mental, spiritual that God does not heal. Trauma can be healed from. You can have experienced a very deep hurt, but you can be healed from it. You can be healed from it, and you can enjoy amazing friendships. You can enjoy the bliss of having people show up for you, turn up for you, people not use you, people not. Because I can quite understand how that you can be like, all the people I call my friends one time, they now opened one WhatsApp group, they were now talking, they were never your friends. Those were not your friends. Also because many times I believe that many people have very faulty mechanisms of choosing people as friends, which may also be a response to trauma somewhere.
Trauma, yeah.
Exactly. Because you could be choosing people just because you wanted people just that could be yes men for you, or people that could, and they were never really your friends. They were just people who maybe sometimes, maybe you have more than they all do. And then, for them, you're just if we're going out, she has a car, she will drive, she will pay for us to eat, she will take us to movies, so she's my friend. And you know in a sense that they are with you just because of what you have, but because you also don't want to be lonely, you keep them around you. Which, like I said, it could be the fact that maybe you grew up and people were not exactly relating with you, and so you just wanted friendships all around you, even if you know that it's not benefiting you in any sense. So it means that you need to first deal with your loneliness. Deal with it. To be lonely is not a crime. It's best to have people that are in your corner and love you for you. I mean, sad to say that, it doesn't mean that it's everybody you also meet in church that would turn out to be your good friend.
Yeah.
Because church is church. Is collection of human beings.
Yeah.
They are human beings. Yes. Some people are there that, even Jesus is, their case file, Jesus is just looking at it like, we're dealing with this boy. There are people in church that, the Holy Spirit has been working, but they are like some roads in Lagos. They are never finished. Exactly. It's not like the Holy Spirit is not doing his best.
He's working.
The way the road is, it will take time. There's like some federal government projects that have been going on for 20 years. Yeah. In that sense. So, it's different human beings. Different. Everybody come in because, it's the grace of God. But like I said, you must just be intentional. And I think friendships are things to pray about. We must always know, and I think that, it may sound like an overkill spirituality, but I always like to say that when I was in school, when I was going to go from 100 level to 200, and I needed a change to happen in my life. I knew that I needed a change because the way my life was set up, I could not be what I know that I should be when I get to 200 level. 100 level was when I gave my life to Christ and everything, but because of association, you would not know that I was born again. So I still rolled with some people. But then when I was going into 200, one day we used to have a place in my school called Fadama. It's a prayer ground. I took a walk there. And I told God that whatever you will do for me, I need to be separated and I need to be engrafted to a new relationship. I need new relationships around me. Relationships that will be beneficial. That will make me and help me grow. And then I need an end to relationships that will hold me down on this stage. It was something I prayed almost all night about. I entirely just prayed because I came to discover that I was not walking. And even for my academics, for my spiritual life, my association was not helping. I needed it to change. And I knew that it was not something I could just change easily. Because sometimes you've created bonds with people that are very strong. But then in my 200 level, 200 level, I was put in a room where my bunkie, his name is Jesu, Pastor Jesu. I really don't know where he is now. Pastor Jesu was my bunkie. On the opposite side was somebody, his name is Bro Idris. Shule, amazing brother. And Bro Idris at that point was the first class student of biochemistry, biochemistry. Jesu was an engineer, and Jesu helped my prayer life. Being in the same room with him, he used to take me out and we'd go and pray. And Bro Idris also, helped me a lot with my academics. How to read, how to do, how to balance, and I knew that it was God who orchestrated me being in the same room with them. Because my association needed to change for my life to change. And there was such great influence over me that, it was 200 level that I started to then get serious with God. Started getting serious with my academics also. And I could say that those two people played an important role. The fact that they were in the same room with me played an important role in turning my life around. Now, God placed them in the room. It is also my responsibility to ensure that I opened myself up to them. Brother is a very silent person, does not talk. I don't like people that are silent as that, because they used to give me, why are you? It's like, he just, when we first go to the room, he used to be very just on his bed. We didn't really used to talk, but as time went on, I just knew that I should be close to this person. My bunkie too can be annoying. He's always up and down. He was doing ministry when we went to school, and then he was, I think, almost pastoring in a church that was outside of school. So he was never always around. It was always going in and coming in, I used to enjoy the conversations with him. And then one night he took me out to pray, and I don't think that at that point I had prayed at such a stretch that he took me to pray that night. And it was amazing because we then started to have such nights. and we could sit in the room and discuss scriptures and stuff like that, and it really helped. It really, really helped. So I've always believed that you can pray associations into your life, and you can pray associations out. You can. In fulfilling God's will, there are people that should be in your life, and you can pray to enter those relationships, and you can also pray relationships that need to. I mean, you may not even know the people, and you can just go to God to say that relationships that are hindering me from essentially walking in what you've planned for me to walk, get them off. And the people I need to meet for me to walk in what you would have me walking, let me meet them. And that's what I'm saying. That you must know that when we pray that kind of prayer, don't think that you just meet somebody that comes to you and says John 3:16. It could be a colleague at work, because your problem might be that you've not also been able to maybe unlock the next level of your career, and God will send somebody from work to you. Because really, we must know that our life is holistic with God. Our life is not just ministry. Our life is not just church. Our life is not just prayer. God is concerned with every detail of your life. And a detail of your life may even be your health. And God will bring someone into your life that will help you to start to manage your health better. Sure. And like I said, and also, I mean, we also romanticize things too much. So small thing, people are already thinking of marrying the person. Sometimes everyone needs to calm down. It's not everybody you marry in life.
Every time marry.
Yes. Some people, small thing that God has sent to you, you're already seeing now. Like, calm down.
Good for wife.
Yes. It may not be your wife. Because we have that relationship craze. That sometimes God just sends people in your life and they are just supposed to be helped for a season. But of a permanent here, you think, come on. But so I believe that God orchestrates relationship. David says that God places orphans in families. He places people in community. God orchestrates. Even with things like local church. I don't believe that local churches are things that you choose flimsy. You should pray about it.
True.
Because it becomes your spiritual community.
Yeah.
Same thing with friendships. There's no aspect of our lives that should be things that we can't talk to God about. It's because, see, when people are your friends, you will pray for them. You will pray for them. So it behoves that if you are choosing, don't go and be choosing randomly. So that all your prayer points in life will not be them. Yeah, okay, but boys will do better. Yeah. You will pray for friends. You will uphold them in prayer.
Yeah.
Because people will go through life and text you to say that, oh, my wife just had a third miscarriage. Friends know that when you hear such news, there is no way you hear such news and you just go about your life.
Yeah.
You pray.
True.
Many times it just comes again to your head that, there was a time that, there was someone that we served in an escort together, and it was as if they were having difficulties giving birth. Every time I went for a church program and they say people that are trusting God for the fruit of the womb, I didn't have anybody in my immediate family who was trusting, but they always were in my head. Always. And I would pray to say, God, answer these guys. Because that's what it would be of a friend, to know that my friend is in this space of life. And if I'm in a position where I stand and then they say that, it's the same way people can stand somewhere and say that, we're looking for a caterer, but I have a friend that can cater for this.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because that's how friendships work. You know your friends, and there are things that you see and you just know that this is. There are times that I'm someone, I just call someone that I just saw something and I know that this thing, I'll send you a picture. Because that is how much you must open yourself up to the person. The person opens. Is the reason it cannot be flimsy. And there are people that you don't know, but they are God's answer to your prayers. You just meet them, and that's the reason I'm saying that I'm not just saying church. For some people, they're at your workplace. And because many times friendship also behoves influence, you will see that if it is supernatural and God led them to you. There are people that God might lead to you also because maybe you need to preach to them or any of those things. But you always just know that this was not random.
Yeah.
This is not random. There are people you meet and you just know that, we met. But there are other people that you meet and you just know that this was not a random meeting. And even if both of us resign from here, this relationship is going to be maintained. So it's a place of discernment, but I believe that it's a prayer to pray. I believe that many times, even when you feel stuck, you can pray to just say that, are there relationships I should be in that I'm not in? Are there relationships I'm supposed not to be in And that's where I've become, what do they used to call it? Who are these people that used to be faithful to clubs?
Fans.
You have become a one club player. Okay, this is where I'm going to stay. You have become Francesco Totti, Roma. Okay, this is where I'm going to die. But you're not supposed to be there. Get out. Be like Thierry Henry. Stayed in Arsenal his life. He not in Champions League. The one season he left, boom, he won. I mean, sorry to Arsenal again. But I'm just saying that you must know sometimes that relationships are very important because God works through men. So best that God leads you to men that you can then open yourself to. You will not open yourself to Aura 52, which is the problem with social media nowadays. Because people don't prioritize friendships and they don't have relationships or friendships that are working in their life. Small thing on their WhatsApp status saying that if you think that me too I will agree, me too I no go agree. And I'm like, who the hell are you talking to? Why are you fighting on your WhatsApp status?
You know,
posting to say
that thing cracks me up. Like,
very angry right now. Kilo Koma.
Even the people you actually intend to do that with, they may end up not saying,
what's our business? See, very angry right now. Congratulations to you now. Congratulations on your anger. So what should I do with it?
All right.
What should I do with the anger? Because there are people that you can message up to say that person they vex me for it, and they'll be like, Alpha, Kilo Shele. If you don't have such people, you're in trouble.